Oh, that wasn't even supposed to be up here yet. What's going on, you guys? It's be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new episode of Yes for the Mess, where we talk about celebrity gossip, hot topics, and all things reality TV based. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Thursday, and I intend on doing the exact same thing, you guys. What is going on? All right, give me 1 second. Hold on. Hold on, you guys. All right, but anyway, you guys, we're here for another episode of Yes for the Mess, where we talk about celebrity gossip, hot topics, and all things reality TV based. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Thursday, and I intend on doing the exact same thing. I think I said that already, but I was just distracted just then. But we're here for a little bit of mess today. Now, K Michelle is still in the blogs. This has been a big K Michelle week. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's definitely been a whole K Michelle tirade from the moment she's been on this show, and I kind of figured that that's what it would be, but I didn't know it was going to be a lot of this. Like, it's been nothing but K Michelle all this week, and it's amazing. Not in a good way though, but it is. I just don't really know what to say about the situation, but it is what it is. But how y'all doing today? I hope y'all doing well. How y'all feeling? This story is getting more and more wild. It is. It is, y'all. What's up, Scotty and the gang? What's going on, y'all? I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I had gotten distracted, child. Cause I think I had said something in one of the panels. I think I had made a comment. I think I responded to a comment under the last panel that we did on the Whether You Like It or Not panel. And this is what I'm gonna say, y'all. I'm just going to let people have whatever thoughts that they have. I don't know why, but I always feel like I gotta defend my own honor and defend my character and stuff like that. But you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I'm not gonna constantly keep doing that because people are gonna think whatever they want, right? And that's fine. So it is what it is, you know, but I'm just not finna do that no more. Like, no more. But anyways, you guys, we're about to get into the things of the things. So let me see what moderators are in here. Um, I see Kendra, I see Parker Boy, I see Andrea, I see the Jail Slayer, I see CCL Freak, I see Ebony M. I see all of you guys up in here. So y'all already know what to do. Okay. Make sure the chat is clean. Make sure that everybody's engaging, and make sure that and also make sure everybody leaves those fire emojis in the chat. So we're gonna go ahead and get this thing started right now. Okay. So we're gonna start it off with Lil Mo and K Michelle. That's what we're gonna start it off with. Now it starts off with K Michelle with the neighborhood talk posting K Michelle posting some some recorded phone call that she had with Nosh or something like that. And I don't know what that was supposed to prove, but this is what was said. So let me go ahead and change this. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it, y'all.
You're gonna be mad at me for 5 years, and I didn't even tell everything. I didn't even do that.
You don't need to tell nothing. That was just a quick second of the conversation. I don't know what the hell they talking about, but I don't think that even proves anybody's case or anything like that. So I don't know what happened with that. But she said, "Don't be mad. I haven't even started to tell." And then she said, "It's 26 minutes of pure tape deliciousness." Now I don't know what the deliciousness is, but that's the truth. So Lil Mo came in and said, "Federal activity, sneak recording is nasty work. Shake my effing head." Then she had a fish and a cat behind it and said the girls be going crazy thinking we forgot what those men had said allegedly about that taint being tart. My cousin said she give original face with little teeth energy. I can't unthink about that. Child. So that's what Lil Mo said. Now, here's the thing. I'm not even surprised that Lil Mo even has any I'm not surprised that Lil Mo has any reaction to this situation, because for a long time Lil Mo hasn't liked K Michelle, and it has a lot to do with the radio appearance that K Michelle was supposed to make back in 2018, no, 2016 I think. And it's something about her being sick and that's why she couldn't make it or something like that. I don't know, but that's where it stems from. And ever since then, Lil Mo ain't like K Michelle ever since. So whenever something is going down with K Michelle like this, she always one of the first people to come in and say that. You feel what I'm saying? But it's really male identified for her to be sitting up here commenting on another woman's, coochie. But at the same time, Lil Mo had her own issues with men before that we all seen on TV, especially with that boxer that she was with. So she might not want to comment too hard on somebody else's situations. That's just what it is. So, you know, that's just that. So it is what it is. I think that Lil Mo was completely out of line for that. I just do. Like, she was like, girl, what was the point of you even saying anything? You feel what I'm saying? Like, why would you even come up and even, that was just nasty to even be saying. But it is what it is. Lil Mo could have kept that to herself. Like, what was the point of that? Because you got your own issues, your own faults, your own problems, and things like that. So I guess Lil Mo, but that's it. That's really all that but I want to know if now I do want to know if Kay gonna respond to what Lil Mo said. I want to know if she gonna respond to that. Now, this is the one time I wouldn't even be mad at her for responding, because it's like, girl, why is Lil Mo coming for you? You feel what I'm saying? Like, why is she coming for you like that? And this and like I said, that issue is that issue is that is over a radio show. It's not nothing that she did to you personally. So, it is what it is. You feel what I'm saying? That's just the basis of that, y'all. So, it's cool and it's okay. Anyway, we're gonna move on to what y'all really here for, and that is the interview with K Michelle's ex, or supposed ex, because he keeps saying that he ain't no ex, Nosh. Now, he went and did an interview with Let's Talk About It Over Cocktails with Carly. He went and did an interview with her. I've never heard of her before, but we're gonna go ahead and get into the things with that. Now, I haven't even listened to this interview yet, so this would be my first time listening to it. And I will definitely be, giving my commentary as we continue on with this interview, y'all. All right. So let's go ahead, get into it. Let's listen to it together. And of course, I'll be giving my commentary as we go along. All right, let's go.
Without further ado, we're just going to jump right into it. So welcome to the show, Nosh. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You are the ex of the century. I mean, the man of the century right now. Okay.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Thank you for coming back. I appreciate that. Definitely here so that you can speak your truth.
Yeah,
and so
absolutely.
without further ado, let's get into it. So let's take it to the top. You were on a reality show by the name of The Queen's Court Season 2, right?
That's correct.
How was that experience for you?
It was fun. It was a good time. Even though the setting was not as it was such an unnatural setting. But other than that, it was absolutely a good time. I met great people. I met, I kind of we formed a camaraderie out of that. So,
yeah,
it was.
You got some friends out of it.
Of course,
you got some lady friends, and some male friends.
Absolutely. So
yeah,
it was a good time.
So did you? Because I watched the show, but it's like, so did you technically win, or are they actually going to do a spinoff show?
I mean, Queen's Court really. There was no prize to it, really.
Yeah.
I guess the prize is the queen choosing the king.
Right.
And the prospect that I pursued did not pick a king. So so it kind of ended that way. But
so let's talk about your prospect.
Yeah, and of course that's K. Michelle.
Okay.
Everybody that's how we met.
Mm-hmm.
So it ended that she did not pick her king. However, we were to kind of continue to know each other.
Okay, so let's talk about that. Let's dig a little deeper into the getting to know each other. So when you guys were recording, did you guys happen to have any sort of relationship while you guys were recording, and maybe other people just didn't know about it?
We were dating, I would say.
Okay, so you guys were dating while you guys were on the show. Was this publicly or secretly?
Publicly. I mean, on camera.
Okay, but privately, you guys
as well as all the guys there. So we were dating pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so how was that experience for you? Was it kind of like for the show? You were like gun-ho on winning, because I know you're a winner, right?
Right.
You win at a lot of things.
Right.
And so were you looking at this as I want to attain this to win, or was there truly a connection?
I went there with an open mind, I would say. I didn't know what to expect, when you're going into something and you really don't know what to expect, but I approached it with a very open mind, and I was open. So that was a mindset going in there. Yeah.
So did you guys start up? So it was kind of like friendly at first, and then it turned into more of a connection.
Yes, it started out as, of course. So when you get in the house, right? We have 3 queens that you're supposed to pursue. So I started accessing 3 of them, and I saw who would be a perfect fit for me to, to engage, to pursue, and all of that good stuff. So, and K. Michelle fit the perfect profile.
Yeah.
Right? So, so I went for her. So we started talking, and we started, we shared a lot of, good stuff, fun stuff, and yeah.
Okay. So I see someone in the comments asked or mentioned, so they were dating. Was it for the show, or was it in like real life as well?
Well, I mean, that depends on how or people take, that's personal.
Right.
Yeah. So we were dating on the show.
But you were not in a relationship with her?
No, not on the TV.
No.
Yeah.
Or personally?
Or personally.
Okay, so it was just dating on the show.
We were dating.
And then you guys probably had like a friendship thereafter?
Well, we dated outside the show.
Okay.
Not, how am I going to put this? We dated here and there, quite inconsistent, but we kind of, dated. Hey, what you doing?
Right.
I'm in town, whatever,
So is it fair to say that, okay, can you personally define what an ex is? Because I know that
I'm sorry, y'all. My mic was on mute. This is what I was saying on my last live yesterday, right? The reason why I'm so mad at K. Michelle right now is because she gave this man 15 minutes. And that's the biggest issue that I got with this whole situation. You done gave this man 15 minutes. Everybody's looking at this man like he the big dog when you supposed to be the big dog. And now they believe in everything that he say. And then I'm listening to this interview, and he talking in circles. He talking in riddles just the same way you've been talking in riddles. So I really don't know who to believe right now. I don't know who's more delusional right now, because we're how many minutes into this? How many minutes are we into this interview? Let me see. We like 5 minutes into it, and you already talking in circles. I don't know who being honest right about now. I really don't know, but we're gonna continue to listen, y'all.
we'll get to the next step of this, but you know, you want to take a cocktail, you know, you good?
I'm good. Listen, I'm good.
I know you are. Let's
I'm
get into it.
So,
Okay.
I like the fact that I like that approach, you know, because perhaps we can first define, you know, what an X.
Yes, we should define exactly what an
or
X
who
is.
an X is.
Mhm.
And in my own micro opinion,
Mhm.
and I stand to be corrected. You see what I'm saying? But an X to me is someone or an individual who was once significant
Mhm.
in your life.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? An ex is someone you can say that, oh, this was my person at the time that
Mhm.
knew me. I don't think K. Michelle even knows me inside out like that. You know,
Right.
everything was just on the surface, right?
Right.
Because we didn't really make it to the point where we like, okay, are we gonna be together?
Right.
Or what we doing?
So you got go ahead.
I
I'm sorry.
don't even think any of my close friends ever saw her with me.
Okay.
So for me, if we didn't make it that far to a point where we're exclusively involved.
So you guys were not committed.
Yes.
Yes, you guys were not committed.
We were not committed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we could put that to rest. I know that they're speaking about it in the comments. And you know, so yes, they were dating, they were having a good time. It was a spinoff from the show, right? It continued after the show, I should say.
Right.
And you know, so obviously dating, there was intimacy.
Yes. Of course.
Okay. So let's clear up something because I have to say this as a woman. I'm a girl's girl, right? But I'm also for us, right? Collectively. There's been something that was floating on Real Housewives of Atlanta about K. Michelle. Okay. Now I know Kay has her ways of how she is, right? I don't know her personally, but of course, based off of social media, based off of what people say, you know, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
There was a statement or there was an alluding to some sort of smell or some sort of hygienic issue that she has. Can you please, for the record, clear up any sort of misconceptions about this woman's hygiene? Because this is something that came up and it is very sensitive to her. You know, how's the lady's hygiene? So we can put it to rest so that everybody can just either go with it or drop it.
Well, I think that's ridiculous for anybody to say because that was never my experience with K. Michelle.
Okay.
You know, she was a very particular. She lived in a very clean environment. That was never my experience with her.
Okay, good. So we'll put that to rest. So you guys can let everybody know. Real Housewives of Atlanta, Portia, whoever. So I don't know all these people that have issues with this woman's hygiene. That was not his experience.
No.
And it wasn't my experience either. Let's be clear. But my thing is, I gotta get back on camera. I think y'all want me to come back on camera or y'all don't care before I continue? Y'all want me to come back on camera? Y'all steady focusing on her. I'm asking y'all, do y'all want me to come on camera? Ain't nobody told me yes or no yet. Oh, okay. I'm listening to everybody except Lyric because don't nobody care about what he talking about. But yes, I'm back. But anyway, now that y'all said come back, here's the thing. First of all, why you asking about that? Because I'm a girl's girl. I'm a girl's girl. And people have been talking about her hygiene. And I just want to know, how was her lady part? I just felt like that was just so ridiculous to even be asking. Now, one thing, yes, Lyric is nasty and so rude, child. Like, he want to fight me so bad. And I honestly don't know why. He just come over here just to hate on me, honey. Lyric just comes over here to hate on me. That's really sad, child. But anyway, why did you ask him that? Now, what I will say is I'm glad that he set the record straight about it, because that wasn't my experience with her either when I was around her. I told y'all she smelled like cotton candy and perfume and shit when I was around her. So I'm glad that he did confirm that that's not true. That's one thing that I will say. But I can't believe that she even asked about that. I don't even think that was a genuine question. I really feel like she was just trying to be an asshole by asking him that. But, you know.
So that's good. Okay, so we can move on from there because that came up. Somebody in the comments said she gonna be mad. That is too funny. So tell me this. How did that relationship, or how did that kinship, right? How was that? How was that in that relationship, so to speak, with K. Michelle? How did it end? Or do you guys still have the relationship? Because it seems like based off of the show, you're the ex, which now we're learning is not true. But what was it? What was it like being in this situation with her?
So my relationship with K. Michelle, I would say that it was what it was, right? And the reason being that I'm very big on respect. You know, if I have a woman that I cannot control, or I mean, not control in a way, not to be a puppet. You see what I'm saying? For example, you're flaring off the handle and I walk in the room and I'm telling you that's enough. You should respect me enough to say, okay, he says that's enough, and I'm going to sit my butt down now and not, you know, continue the, you know. So for me, I noticed that that was not there.
Okay.
And also I noticed that everything was about her. Pretty much everything we did. Like I said, none of my friends met her, like hung out, or not until lately while the Real Housewives of Atlanta was filming, we hung out, you know, but none of my friends really knew.
Hold on, y'all. And don't time Lyric out. Why y'all timing him out? That's just, if people that know me know that Lyric comes over here and trolls me all the time. So if y'all timing him out, then y'all wrong for that. Don't time him out. Okay. Let me continue.
Who she was. They just heard, oh, you went on this TV show and you know, but that was it. Everything we did was about her. Everybody I came around was either, you know, her friend.
Right. How were those experiences?
Makeup. It was pleasant. But
were they all pleasant?
Say that again.
Were they all pleasant?
Well, not all of it. Not all of it. But for the most part, you know, for the most part, it was pleasant. But when I noticed some things, I noticed that, you know, the disrespect part for me was a big deal. And I knew she's not going to change anytime soon. So you can't change nobody, but you can remove yourself. You can choose what you want to deal with and what you don't want to deal with. And that was it for me. And
did you ever have any like turbulent type of experiences with K. Michelle?
Oh my God. Yes, we did. But the one I'm going to talk about was there was an event, you know, we were hanging out and this white lady walked up, you know, apparently she liked what she saw. Right.
And as in you?
Yeah. She was kind of made a statement about, she was flirtatious, so to speak, you know, and that did not sit right with K. Michelle. And she got so upset about it. You know, she got so upset that she was upset with me. And she made a statement like, oh, you're not my man, because none of my men would sit down and let a woman disrespect me. And I'm like, K. Michelle, what do you want me to do? You want me to beat the white woman? You want me to punch her in the face? That's good. That's enough. Why are we making a big deal out of this? I was the one that she disrespected, right? Because she mentioned something like fresh off the boat or something like that, something fresh like that, right? But I was like, that's enough. And we continued this argument until we got home. It got so crazy. She started, you know, I was like, okay, you know what? I don't have energy for this. This is way too much.
It's a lot.
And that night, I remember I almost left.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sure you guys had a conversation.
Yeah, we talked about it later, but I almost left.
Okay, I want to say something because people are mentioning this in the comments. No, Portia never said anything directly about K. Michelle's hygiene. I'm aware of that. I'm speaking of K. Michelle mentioned this hygiene, this situation where there's been hygiene issues in the past where people have said things on the radio or there was some sort of public announcement of it. The reason why I brought it up is because, number one, as I mentioned, I'm a girl's girl. And for someone that has directly dealt with her, put it to rest. And he put it to rest. So I want to make sure that we're clear. I never said that Portia said this about her. I said that it came up. There was some alluding to when Portia mentioned the oysters, and K. Michelle was immediately offended by it on the show. So I just wanted to make sure that I cleared the conception, because I don't want that to be a thing.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
So,
so a lot of people want to know, because everybody's really, really excited about this one question. Did you date K. Michelle? Okay. Did you date K. Michelle and Portia at the same time?
No.
Okay. So it's clear that K. Michelle was first because you were on the show.
Okay. So let me say this, right? I don't think, hold on, wait a minute. I don't think that she was out of pocket for feeling a way about the lady flirting with Nosh in front of her, because to be honest, y'all might think I'm crazy, but to be honest, I won't want nobody flirting with my man in front of me either. I wouldn't like that shit either. Don't you see him with me? Bitch, don't be flirting with my man in front of me. And you don't allow her to do it. Don't allow him to do it in front of me. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't feel no type of way about that, because you saying that you want respect, but she's also asking for respect too. And to be honest, you know what I'm saying? You just said you can't deal with a woman that you can't control, but then you hurried up and changed your sentence around and said, well, not control, whatever. You want to control that girl. So then you think, so you want to talk about your respect, but in the same breath, you don't understand how having another woman flirting with you in her presence is not disrespectful. I don't see how you don't think that it is, because it is. I don't want nobody flirting with me in front of my man, and I don't want nobody flirting with my man in front of me. If you're gonna do that when I ain't around. Or some, don't do that shit in front of me. I don't play them type of games. Please don't flirt with my man in front of me. Let me see. But some people act like some people saying, hello, may I take your order, is flirting. Kay seems highly insecure. Look at her saying the dental assistant come work for her husband. Who knows? But what he just said, he didn't say that it was just a simple, hey, how you doing? Or can I take your order? He literally said that the lady was flirting with him. That's literally what he was saying. So, Nosh has obviously been told by a woman or women that he's controlling. I wouldn't be surprised. Let me see. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Listen, the same way I had words for K. Michelle yesterday, I got words for this nigga too, because he ain't sounding right either. Let's continue.
Show.
Right.
And then you met Portia thereafter. Okay, so just clearing up the whole K. Michelle situation, are you guys still in conversation? Are you guys done? She did mention on the show that you reached out and you told her some stuff about Portia and all this other stuff. So can you clear that up? Because the people want to know.
So after we concluded, you know, that this is not going to go anywhere, so we became friends.
Okay.
So randomly, every now and then, she reaches out. It could be 2 months, it could be 3 months, you know, especially when she got busy with the album and all of that. And whenever she's in Atlanta, she would reach out to me and say, hey, friend, you know, what you doing? You somewhere? Were you hanging out? Da, 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 da. Sometimes I go see her, and sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm busy with work or whatever.
Yeah.
It depends on the situation. And that has been the dynamic of that.
So
friendship.
just like touch go relationship.
Yeah. It's always been like that. Like, you know, so we might not talk for like 3 months, but randomly I'll just see a call like, hey, K. Michelle, hey friend, what's up? You know, da. So that has been the way, you know, the dynamic has been that. So it's never been a consistent, but I know, and this is why I was shocked too, because the last relationship she she called me, she reached out to let me know that, hey, Nosh, I'm happy, I found love.
Right.
And, and I was like, oh, I'm so happy for you. That's, that's beautiful. Make sure, don't mess it up. I just, I don't be trying to mess nothing up. It was just that. I said, just don't mess it up. But I'm really happy for you. So it's things like that. That's how it's been.
Okay. So did you put your feet on somebody's table? You want to talk about that? Because they're talking about this.
Is it just me, or her whole thing of being like a girl's girl doesn't come across like she's a girl's girl? Or is it just me? You know what I'm saying? Is it just me? Because it doesn't feel like she's I don't know. Thank you again for your $4.99 super chat. Once again, it says, thank you for watching the whole thing. I'm so tired of people just watching clips and being loud and wrong. Thank you. Thank you so much. But is it me? Because she don't come across as no girl's girl to me. She's so focused on trying to clear his name and make it and prop him up to be innocent. Like this, I don't know. It ain't no shade to that lady, because I don't know that lady like that. But she is not giving girls girl like at the fuck all. I'm just being honest. But let's continue.
Nigerian, this Niger man takes his shoes off, takes his Dior sandals off that you're wearing,
I still don't
put them on.
I still don't have no shoes though.
Yeah,
I need to go.
Somebody said in the comments today, I bet he's gonna do the interview with no shoes. I'm like,
Trust me,
okay,
I still don't have no shoes.
and he has no shoes on, guys. Okay.
No shoes on.
Oh shoot. Okay, so let's go ahead and discuss that, because I see the people in the comments definitely want to get over to the Portia situation. So
well, so that, when you in your house and you're lounging,
yeah,
right, like all those high island stools, bar stools. So she was cooking in the kitchen and I was lounging, leaning.
And this was after like a casual,
yes,
you guys
we
have
home.
been intimate, you guys have been hanging out,
relaxing, just
okay.
So okay. I leaned back and I put my feet up. And
how did that go?
She wasn't having it. And I'm like, chill, what's the big deal? I do this in my house. If they're for me.
And Gabby, honey, that's exactly what it's given. It's given that she wants to fuck him herself. Because that's what it feels like to me. But let's continue, though. Let's continue.
There are ways to say things, to convey your message to people without, without coming across so fiery, or and when she did that, I was like, wait, what was it? So it didn't sit right with me, but I kind of, of course, mellow it down.
Was it disrespectful?
Absolutely.
Well, what did she say?
Well,
she's online. They're saying in the comments she's releasing audio.
Yeah, it's fine. It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Nosh and I have had very candid conversations about this like before. So I'm sure he has. I mean, we're not trying to make this messy. This was definitely not the goal. It was definitely for this man to clear his name and to state his truth. I'm for sure it can get extremely messy, but that is not the goal here. That was something actually that was brought to the table initially, even yesterday, okay, when things were trying to get shut down, but can't nobody tell me what to do. But so just to make sure we understand, this is not what it is. Like, I mean, K. Michelle is a married woman. You've had your your condolences or your appreciation of her marriage or whatnot.
Yeah, I extended my congratulations. Yeah,
her congratulations. But so I mean, at the end of the day, she was disrespectful to you about putting your feet on her counter. And did you get kicked out?
No, I didn't get kicked out. No, it didn't get that bar. It didn't get that bad.
Okay. I just want to
I didn't get kicked out.
Okay. So for me, I wouldn't want somebody's feet on my table. Okay. I wouldn't want that. But it also depends on how comfortable you guys were in that space at that particular time. To bring it up on the show was a little interesting. I'm not really sure. It was a little off-putting.
I was a little bit surprised because I was like, okay, so we addressed that, but you're going to say that on TV?
Right.
Like I had no shoes. So would you rather I wore a shoe and put the shoes on? Would that make it better?
I mean, I can understand both sides of it. Right. Like I get both sides of it. It also depends on the space.
I do that in my house, right? And if my friends come over, they can do it. I don't have any issues with that. You know, maybe I'm a man because I'm a man, whatever. But
I don't think it was. I mean, personally, I don't think. Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So I get that.
Yeah. I think it was not as big of a deal to just blurt out on a show.
Yeah.
I mean, me personally, it looks like some people are,
and then to extend the comment about he has no shoes. Listen, I need some shoes, yo. Like, you know, they might as well listen. I can start a GoFundMe. Get me some shoes. Ask you don't have one on. I need some shoes.
Right. Okay. So 46 Foxfire said, I don't see nothing wrong if you guys are comfortable. If you are comfortable.
Yeah, that's what I thought. You know.
So it's one of those things.
Right.
Okay, let's take it to Miss Portia because you guys. So what was the dynamic? How did you guys even meet?
So I met Portia at her makeup artist's birthday.
How did you even get invited?
Because she's my neighbor. You know, Nigerian community is very small. Yeah, so we invite each other to everything.
Okay.
You don't have to have no invitation. There's no no formal invitation needed. So one of my homeboys called me, hey, there's a party tonight. I'm like, this party's on Wednesday. Who is this person that is pulling this crowd, you know, during the week? So I was like, okay. I wasn't even properly dressed for the occasion because when I got there, I was like, oh, it's a big deal, you know? So that was how I met Portia, you know. I met her that night.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so what was that like? Was somebody introduce you to her, or were you coming as a guest to possibly meet her, or was it like kind of like, was it pre-planned?
We kind of, you know, we sat across from each other.
Okay.
So it was just.
So you guys like locked eyes. Y'all were like.
Just started talking.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys started talking. You guys, give me a timeline with you and Portia. And were you still communicating with Kay at that time?
No.
Okay, so you and Kay Michelle had stopped talking.
Like we were in that space of every 3 months, every 6 months.
So you guys were not talking.
So we're not talking. We're not doing nothing.
Right.
Yeah. So that night, you know, I met Portia and we talked. We hung out a little bit more with everybody because after the party, we went to the after party, whatever. And then that was it. The next day we talked and, you know, and that was it.
Okay. So you guys, I'm gonna need a little more detail, baby.
Well, because there's no details.
Like, okay, so you guys went for meeting at the party.
Yeah, we met at the party and we talked. We text back and forth. Hey,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Nice to meet you. Yesterday, the whole 9 yards, and you know, we became friends.
So a little bit of a timeline because the people look, I'm gonna give you guys what you want, okay? Like just give me a moment. So
I'm trying to understand, how is it disrespectful for somebody to ask you to not put your foot on my countertop? There's a lot of people that I know that don't want people foot on their couch. They don't want their foot on their coffee table. They don't even want you to walk in the house with shoes on. So how is that disrespectful for a person to say, don't put your foot on my countertop? You can be comfortable without putting your foot on my damn countertop where I gotta eat at. Are you for real? Okay. All right.
Listen, people want to know the timeline. So when did you and Kay stop talking?
So me and Kay, that was 2023.
Okay, so 2023, guys, they stopped talking.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming intimacy as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
2023, no talking like that and intimacy.
Right. 2023.
Okay.
I'm not good with timelines, but I think I met Portia, of course, 2024, if I'm accurate, you know. So yeah.
Okay.
2024.
And so you and Portia, you guys are kicking it, hanging out, all that fun stuff. And then you guys start dating? Because it was like both of them essentially kind of proposed to you as their ex, so to speak.
Well, it wasn't. We went on a couple of dates, but it wasn't like a planned date sometimes.
Yeah.
Because she's busy. I'm
It's
busy.
just like a hookup. Like
Right,
you're like, hey, you want to hook up and go hang out?
Not a hookup. I wouldn't say hookup.
No. I'm not saying
would not
hook
say
up.
that.
I'm just saying, hey, you guys, you want to
Right.
hook up and go out?
I wouldn't say that, but sometimes she's like, you want to, maybe up at this spot, blah blah blah, the whole 9 yards. So we went on a couple of dates, and
So was this when she was married?
no.
Okay.
She wasn't.
Okay.
She wasn't. Yeah, she had. She had wrapped her
marriage?
Divorce. Yeah. Then.
And have you ever been to the house? Because the people gonna want to know.
I picked her up.
Okay.
Like one time. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So this is cool. So did you guys date?
I mean, we went to eat.
Was there intimacy?
That's adult. I mean, why are you trying to get
Listen,
that's TMI.
That's fine.
You're right. But
Okay.
we friends, we friends.
We know.
Right.
Got it. I have one particular question.
So basically, just like he was fucking Kay, he was fucking Portia, basically. Like because by you not answering, it's pretty much letting it be known that you were indeed fucking Portia. You were fucking high. You weren't friends, you were fucking. This is what you were doing. So yeah. See, and everybody is so quick to jump on his side of the fence and stuff like that. But I'm gonna give y'all my full answer, my full rundown on this by the time we get to the end of this. But yeah, it's given he was fucking Portia while he's sitting up here acting like he wasn't. He was fucking Portia. Because if you wasn't, you would have just said no. You let it be known that you and Kay were fucking. So why you can't let it be known that you and Portia were fucking? But okay. Let's continue.
From Ronnie L-K5Z. Asked him in all caps, was he smashing Portia when she was married? He said no.
No.
Okay. All right. So let's get through the comments. Let me see here. Okay. Okay. You guys are in the comments doing some other stuff. So anyway, I mean, he's not good with timelines, but he's being very transparent, which I can appreciate because we've had very candid conversations.
Mm-hmm.
And I can also respect what you don't want to go too in detail with because I get it.
Yeah,
where this is not to slander anybody's name. Like we're trying to win here, but we just want this man to state his truth. So we don't want to talk about the intimacy aspect. So why do these two women think you're their ex?
I don't think they said that though. I mean, K. Michelle claimed that, which I think was inaccurate based on the dynamic of our relationship, because they both said he's not my man, and Portia said he's not my man either, right? So I was surprised, honestly speaking. And the only reason, right? Let me be clear. The only reason why I'm doing this is because I had a candid conversation with K. Michelle about, please do not involve me in all this.
I was going to get to that.
Okay. All right.
So I like that. I like where you're going.
Yeah.
So we can definitely do that. So So you had a conversation. You were approached by both Portia and K. Michelle prior to Real Housewives of Atlanta's new season coming out.
Right.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
And so did they both ask you to be a part of the show?
So Portia did not approach me about the show, but K. Michelle did.
What did they say?
So a night before they started filming, she reached out to me and said, "Hey, we're starting to film tomorrow. I'm gonna be introduced as Portia's friend and the whole 9 yards." So in my head, I'm thinking, "Oh, is she trying to wind me to give her some type of information or whatever?" But I didn't see anything. As then, I didn't see any need, to indicate that, okay, I'm friends with Portia or whatever. So we had a conversation over 2 hours that night.
Okay.
It was pretty late at night. Yeah.
Okay. Are you aware if you were being recorded or not?
I wouldn't know.
Would you be okay with being that conversation?
Not without my consent. At least you should let somebody know before you start recording them, right? Mm-hmm. So I didn't think about it because we don't have no beef. Our friendship is if you hear us talk, right, you would think it's pure, like, because she's like, oh, friend, hey, you know, I'm gonna go on that show, you know, I'm excited about it, the whole 9 year. So a lot of things was discussed that I would rather not, you know, talk about. And after that, they started filming, and K. Michelle called me again. I remember vividly. I was in Houston.
Was this while they were recording? Or
yes, while they were recording.
So this
they
must
had
be
started.
So this must be the question where someone said, "Did Nosh tell K. Michelle anything about, or tell Portia or K. Michelle anything
like,
about the
like
plotting?"
I'm pillow talking about? Yeah.
Were you pillow talking with either one of them?
That was not what happened. So she reached out to me and said, "Hey, I think they plotting." I was like, "What? Plotting? Who's plotting? Like, plotting what?" This was last year, you know, while they were filming. I'm like, "No, nobody's plotting nothing. What are you talking about?" Like, and then she said that just don't give them nothing to have over me. I'm like, "Kid, I don't have nothing to give anybody."
And who would you give it to? Portia?
Exactly. I don't know. Listen, I was not part of it. I didn't know nothing about it. But that was just her. Like, hey, don't. I'm like, I'm not. That's not my character.
So I wonder if the episode that we saw last week, and you guys help me in the comments, but I wonder if the episode that we saw last week, was that someone called her or had a conversation with her? Was that you having a conversation with her? Was that somebody else?
No, I don't think we had a conversation while the camera was rolling.
Okay.
This was her, because I remember she had mentioned that, and I was like, no, I ain't got nothing to give nobody. But listen, since you say somebody's plotting on you, I think I'll let you know, since you guys are friends now,
right?
That, listen, Portia is my friend. And that was it.
Okay.
Right. And then she went ahead and asked all the questions, like, you know, like friends will talk. Like,
well, like what kind of questions?
I decline.
One question.
I decline.
One question.
I decline. Don't worry about it.
Fine.
So
I mean, I'm only asking, and I'll tell you why, and I'll let you finish. You don't have to answer, but I'll tell you why. Because she's asking you for someone telling you someone's plotting against her. Meanwhile, it seems like maybe she was extracting information to possibly plot on someone else. Potentially and allegedly. I don't know either, but we're all putting this stuff together.
Right. I don't know nothing about that, but all I knew was she had said that, and that was when I told her that, hey, I'm Portia's friend, because she's your friend now. And I just left it at that.
Okay.
And I said, please, I do not want this to go on the show.
Okay.
I don't say, and she gave me her word, like, okay, don't worry, I'm not doing that. I'm not I'm not gonna say nothing. I said, I just want you to know as my friend. I'm telling you, so you're not completely in the dark. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
And it's not as if I'm not telling pillow talking or talking about anybody.
Right.
I just want you to stay in the know, since you are already friends now.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
And then after a while, she called me again. She said, oh, no, she's gonna kill me. I'm like, what happened, Kay? And she said, oh, I said something. But I didn't see the show, so I didn't know what was said.
Well, you didn't know at that time either.
But she said she didn't mention my name.
Was this recently?
No, while they were filming.
While they were filming.
I already knew all this was coming out.
Yeah.
Now, she did mention Nosh's name. She did say, when they were sitting at their table Sunday, she did say, well, you know, the ex that you, and I'm sure you know who I'm talking about, and Portia was the one who said Nosh's name. She just referred to an ex, but she never mentioned a name. Portia mentioned the name. So that is true. She didn't say his name. Portia did. I just want to say that. But like I said, I'm letting him talk. We're all listening, and I'm giving my thoughts and opinions as we go along. But by the end of this, I will definitely be giving you guys my full opinion on all of this stuff. But I did have to say that she didn't never mention his name. Portia confirmed that it was Nosh, but all she said was an ex, and she said, you know, you probably know who I'm talking about. And Portia said, yeah, Nosh. That's what happened. Let's continue.
You see what I'm saying? I already knew, because by the time the show airs and all of that, then I was like, okay, well, what did you say? Why would you do that?
Right.
And I was so infuriated. And that was the last time I talked to her.
Okay.
Since last year.
Okay.
Because I was like, I wasn't expecting you to do that. And she said, well, you know, I didn't mention your name though. But when I saw the show, you didn't mention my name, but there was a clip. There was a video, right? So I'm like, why did you bring me into this?
So, right. So that's when we spoke on Sunday.
Yes. So that was when I saw the clip, I texted her immediately. I said, Kay, really?
Right. So I was watching this show on Sunday, and Nosh had a plethora of people that reached out to him, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And I was just like, hey, Nosh, I thought that you weren't going to be a part of this. Like, I thought you asked them not to include you.
Right.
You know, because you weren't a part of the show.
Yep.
And you were, and this is my truth to it, he was stunned. He was like, what? Why am I a part of this show?
Right.
And then he, you know, you went on to doing whatever it was.
It's for ladies.
Yeah. It's for ladies.
I don't want to be part of that.
Like we used to say, tell Peter to stay out of women's business. But yeah, so it you were brought into it. And so here we are. So you and Portia are friends to this day. Okay.
Well, not to this day. We don't.
Okay.
I guess the show kind of created that.
Right.
You know, the whole rift from filming. We don't talk anymore.
Okay, because she did say,
we don't.
You know, when Kim Michelle brought you up.
It was because I know she reached out to me too, and because she said, you know, like, would I even come on the show to talk? Because somebody's making her look like a, you know, portraying her to be a hoe. You know, on the show, I said, listen, I don't want to do none of that. Whatever y'all got going on, cut me out of it, please.
Why didn't you want to be a part of it? I mean, honestly, let's just be honest. I'm gonna just say this. Why wouldn't you want to be a part of it? You dealt with two, and this is probably the unspoken stuff that like people and the friends would have a conversation about. At the end of the day, how often is there this architect, right? This guy, this awesome dude, right? That I know because I've been knowing Nosh for like 16 years.
Yeah.
End up dealing with one superstar and one reality star entrepreneur that happened to be on the same show. So why wouldn't you want to be in on it? But instead you were like, I don't want to have anything to do with it. Why?
Because I don't like drama.
Okay.
I don't do drama. I don't like it. Even though I get somehow get dragged.
Oh, baby, you the drama. You the one and the two and the X.
You know, dragged into it. But I didn't want that.
Right. And so, you know what? You're absolutely right. At Caribbean Queen 242, an ex is someone you used to be in a relationship with, not someone that you dated. I 100% agree. Absolutely, Queen. Yes. And that was what that's what drew the entire confusion within the situation.
Right.
Because someone said ex and you were like, I'm sorry.
Ex.
I know what a committed relationship is.
My own interpretation of an ex would be someone was once significant in my life.
Right.
And if you didn't make it that far, then that claim would be inaccurate to me.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, listen, I want to go through the comments and see if anybody else has anything else. It is wordplay. It absolutely is wordplay. I think it was wordplay for the perfect moment. Because it came out of left field for me. I'm watching this and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And I know we talked about it. I'm like, they don't drag you into this.
Yeah.
And you were like, no, I had a conversation with them. They're not going to drag me into it. And booyah. You were all the way
lo
in
and
it.
behold, yeah.
Yes, you were lo and behold, you were in it. So someone says, can he confirm if either women directly requested he come on the show as a love interest? His answer was unclear.
No love interest. Portia said to come because somebody's making her look like a hoe, like she's snatching somebody else's man or whatever. And I'm like,
so wait, Portia asked you to come on the show? Because
no, she asked if would you even do that if you're asked to? And I declined.
Oh, she gave you like a rhetorical.
Yes. Like, would you even want to?
Like Nosh, would you ever want to give me $1 million if you want to?
Yeah.
Kind of.
And we kind of talked about it, you know, back and forth, and
right.
The whole 9 yards. And I shut it down. Like, no, I'm not coming on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay. That's ladies.
Yes.
I don't want to be.
And so did K Michelle ask you to be on the show?
I declined.
Okay.
Well, so the night we talked for like I said, we spoke for over 2 hours. That night, yeah, something like that came up.
Okay.
You know, like, you know, as my friend or whatever. But I'm like, you know, you married. Why am I coming on the show? You know, like,
right.
as what though? So I didn't make no sense out of it, and I just kind of like.
So did she ask you to come? Because you said as my friend. So did she ask you to come on the show as her friend, or as her man? And then you said, well, as my friend. So why decline it? If she said something about you coming on the show, just making an appearance as her friend, then why decline that answer? Just say what it is. You up here to clear your name, so clear it all the way. Then just clear it all the way. That's all I'm saying. But let's continue.
Nah, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm trying to look through to see. So somebody said y'all been knowing each other that long, and this is the interview we get. You guys are first off getting first grade tea from the person himself. But this is not to give you what the color of a person's underwear are. Like, what are you expecting to get? Like, yeah, that whore. I can't believe. Like, we don't need to do that to each other in order to understand what's understood. Doesn't have to be explained. Obviously, there's some delusional stuff going on. There's some wordplay. Okay. No, he did not date them at the same time. Everybody keeps mentioning that K. Michelle did. So when you dealt with K. Michelle, did she get married afterwards, or was she? Because this marriage situation is a little interesting.
Well,
or did she get married to be on the show?
I don't know. I wouldn't know. I just like I said, the dynamic of our friendship. K. Michelle would reach out every now and then, and we had not spoken in a while. And she called me again, and boom, hey, I'm married now. I saw a ring. I'm like, oh, you married?
Okay.
What's going on? Like, we even chatted about it. Like, was it the NBA coach, whatever? And she was like, oh no, it's so person. I said, oh, good. I'm happy for you. As long as you're happy, whatever makes you happy. And that was,
So we have a question.
Yeah.
Somebody asked, the question went away. Somebody asked, did you say that you didn't want to be seen with, did you tell K. Michelle that you did not want to be seen with Portia in public?
Well, there's a lot of motions to that, but we had that conversation. Yes, we did.
Okay, so he did.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, so that's good. This is the only interview that Nosh is doing. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me see. Does he know? No. Okay. Does he know the preacher Kelly is linked to? No. No. He doesn't even. He doesn't really watch the show, so no, he doesn't know. And no, that preacher situation. No, you guys got to go to a different interviewer for that, because that.
What was the question again?
Do you know this preacher that I guess someone is linked to that's on the show?
Preacher. How am I supposed to know that?
Listen, I don't. I wanted to make sure that I'm addressing. Okay, he dated each lady at different times. The timeline finally makes more sense than this interview. Why? Thank you so much.
And they were not friends.
Okay,
we forgot that part. They were not friends at that time.
Okay,
yeah.
So I can't say that. In conclusion, Portia sleeps with every. Nope, not gonna go there. What kind of material are you wearing? Somebody wants to know. They like it.
Well, this is we call this what's it called again? I bought this from Dubai. It's silky, it breathes a little bit.
Yeah.
It's comfortable.
Okay. This man is flip-flopping, playing word games, and this ain't Scrabble. What give me why didn't he want to be seen and with Portia?
Before we continue, because we only got 10 more minutes before this interview is over, but I wanted to highlight this comment for a specific reason. The reason why I want to highlight this comment is because I actually got some tea that I never said about this particular season of Real Housewives of Atlanta. This particular tea was given. Y'all know that I was giving y'all teas about what was going on during the season. Y'all know that. And y'all know that my source that had been giving me the tea on season 16 and season 17, it was all true facts. Y'all know that everything that I ever said that was going to happen on these shows was the facts. It was all true. Let me start there. However, we will get back to this part when this interview is over and when I start talking about my whole overview of this whole interview, y'all. So stay tuned for that. Let's continue, y'all.
Portia.
Damn, people they just want to reach and reach.
They want to dig to the depths of the soul of hell.
Okay, so we all know that Portia just went through a messy divorce, and the ex-husband is Nigerian, and I'm Nigerian. And like I said, it's a very small community in Atlanta. So add up the rest of the story.
So out of respect.
I know what I'm saying? Like I'm, like.
Are you currently dating anyone? Someone's asking.
I have a girlfriend.
Okay. Boom. He got a woman.
I have a girlfriend.
Okay. So he's got a lady. He's got a girlfriend. He's in a committed relationship.
That's correct.
All right. Is he hot and ready? You guys are wild. Okay.
Is he who now?
Somebody's asking. Okay. Is he hot and ready?
Hot and ready? What does that
Listen,
mean?
I don't know. I'm going to let that one slide. Somebody wants to know who's got the better BBL.
Well,
I think you guys probably know that.
You can Google it. You can Google that.
All right. So you guys, let me see. We're not blaming Portia nobody's blaming Portia for anything. I mean, this started off by somebody saying, you dated my ex. What?
Why are we blaming Portia for?
Yeah. Okay. So he said he reached out to Kay. However, Portia said y'all were pillow talking too much, which one is it, sir?
Is that question for me or for someone?
He said he reached out to Kay. However, Portia said y'all were pillow talking.
About what? Well, what they say was said.
Yeah, what did they say?
What did they say was said? I didn't pillow talk with nobody. I don't know what, because when I was dealing with Kay, there was no Portia. So how would I talk about, is it what I'm saying?
So if K Michelle releases the audio of your guys' conversations, will they hear you saying anything negative about Portia?
Well, I let her bring it on.
K Michelle just dropped a recorded call on Twitter. Did you know that she was recording?
I didn't know. I didn't know she was being recorded.
Okay. Somebody said Portia didn't say anything about pillow talking. Stop lying on Portia.
Right, because that's what they said was said. Because people can be messy and they just take information and make whatever they want to make out of it to look more juicy at people's expense,
Right. So, I mean, this is pretty wild, you guys. Who is he attracted to more? I mean, you guys, like, come on.
That's none of their business.
He was attracted to both of them, obviously. Okay. Somebody said K Michelle can kiss this next season goodbye. You guys are wild. Okay. So what other questions do you guys have, guys? Because I feel like we've gotten to some questions. I know you guys probably want to understand like what size underwear people wear, but we're not going to go that far with it. But I'm definitely willing to ask any question that you guys want to within reason. Somebody said you can record people in Georgia without their consent. So just understand that Nosh has receipts too.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's not, the goal is not to be messy or
why
ugly.
is somebody even recording me? That's if you don't have a pre-plan, why were you recording anything?
Are you looking for an apology from K Michelle for dragging you?
She apologized, but I just feel like you shouldn't have. What am I doing here?
When was the last time you communicated with her?
The last time she told me she dropped my name on the show.
Okay.
That was the last time I talked to her.
Okay. All right, guys.
And then we
said,
met.
I respect Nosh. Okay, listen, Caribbean Queen, you a whole lady. She said, I respect Nosh for not bashing her. What month in 2024 did they date Portia? Her divorce was finalized you guys can do the whole math. If y'all listen,
Yeah.
you guys are detectives. Y'all know what it is. What's understood does not have to be explained. Somebody's like, why do you want an apology? Because he specifically asked not to be drugged into something?
I felt like my privacy was violated. I felt like I didn't want to be part of that. I should get a consent before I'm thrown out there. That's why.
Okay. Somebody said, can Nosh clarify that Portia only wanted to bring him on the show to antagonize McKay Michelle?
No, she didn't want to bring me as an antagonist against K. Michelle. She said she was being portrayed as a whole. She was being portrayed like she's sleeping with other people's men.
Okay.
And can you come say something in that regard? Like, hey, just like what we're saying right now, clarifying the situation. That was it. It wasn't to come and be. That was not what that was.
Right.
That's not what that was. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Let me see here. So, okay. All right, guys. So let me see. Did you tell K. Michelle that Portia, Drew, and Phaedra was plotting on her? No.
That's not.
Well,
I ain't got nothing to do with that.
No.
I don't know, and none of them. I mean, I know Portia, but I don't know.
He doesn't watch. He doesn't.
I don't follow that show. I don't do nothing with it. It was K. Michelle that reached out that they're plotting against her.
Okay.
And she was worried I might give something.
Right.
I'm like, I don't even have nothing to give of you.
Do you know Shamia? Do you know Shamia and her husband?
Well, when I met K. Michelle with two of her friends, her PA, and we changed spot, and Shamia met us at the second spot with her mom.
Okay.
And that was the first time I met Shamia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If K. Michelle starts dropping private messages that you guys have had, are you going to also share your receipts?
I don't care. I don't care.
I guess if that's the case, we'll be sitting back down sharing receipts.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I have a whole history of conversation and all that. So I don't care about the video or tape or whatever. She can bring it on. There was nothing secretive about it.
How do you feel about somebody wanting to potentially drop receipts or discuss you when they are married?
You see, I'm shocked too. Because I would expect more focus on your home,
right,
rather than worry about what, so to speak, an ex is doing. And most of the time, I kind of wonder, what does it matter? You're married now,
right?
You should focus on that. You should nurture your home. You should, focus on that. So I just felt betrayed. Because she claims that we're friends, but obviously we're not. If I'm having a conversation with you, and you're recording me without my consent, without me knowing about it, then you're plotting something. You're doing something because you knew what you're doing. I was the novice. I didn't know nothing. I was the naive one here, right? Because I didn't know I was being recorded. So if you drop it, but I'm sure I'm confident I didn't say nothing off the, so I don't care, to be honest. I just wanted to, when it comes to my image, my name, I'm very particular. I love my privacy so much. I never wanted to be part of this, and she shouldn't have done that in the first place.
So Shamia names keeps coming up in this. So can you clear? Do you know Shamia? Did you guys have a conversation?
I don't know that woman.
Okay.
No, I met Shamia with K. Michelle. She came with her mother.
Okay.
Kay was with one of our friends and her PA, and we all hung out. We had a good time that night, though. We hung out somewhere in Atlanta. It was a good time.
Okay,
everybody got drunk that night.
Okay. Well, it sounds like it was a really good time. Okay, good. So, are you going to be doing any additional interviews after this?
Probably not. Because I respect my privacy.
Yeah.
Especially my girl right now, she's not having it.
Of course. I would feel some type of way.
Yeah. So I probably not. I just wanted to say this. I wanted to be one-time thing. I just wanted to clear the air.
Yep.
I don't pillow talk about one woman to another. I'm not jumping between two women, taking information from this.
Right.
And downloading to this one. That was not what that was. And I still need my shoes. So if somebody's going to help me out about the shoes, they can still do that.
Well, we do have one more comment, or we do have somebody asking, how did K. Michelle feel about the African comments?
How did she feel about it?
Or how did you feel? I'm sorry,
It
about the
was
African.
derogatory.
Yeah.
I didn't like that. Like African with no shoes. Like what would that mean? You know,
Yeah.
that kind of, but you know, it is what it is. That's why I'm making jokes out of it. Like,
Well,
yeah.
I know, some of the other people in the culture didn't appreciate that.
Yeah, it is what it is. You know,
Yeah.
that's you can fault people for what they know.
Yep.
And you cannot give what you don't have. Just the same way she said, I put my feet, you can come to my house and do that. I would have no problem with it. But she had problem with it.
Yeah.
And that's fine. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So to each his own.
Okay. All right. Well, guys, do we have any more questions here? Because that's it. Nosh won't be talking about this anymore. So
that's right.
Anything else? No, I'm gonna answer. Somebody wants to know, is your new girlfriend a housewife?
No.
And you just mentioned that you're very private. So
yep.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we appreciate you guys for logging in. Appreciate you. There will be more to come. If there will be anything, Nosh will be hanging out and talking to me. Cocktails with Carly. Thank you so much, guys.
All right. So that was it. That was the interview. This, like I said to you guys, this was the first time I heard this interview. I had not listened to it. I had no intention on listening to it until I got up here with y'all to give commentary. Now, this is what I got to say, and I got to be out of here because I need to let this laptop charge just for a little bit because, like I said, roast reviews at 8:30. And I know some of y'all want to come up here and, do this open panel shit, but I cannot do it right now. Now, depending on how I feel after roast review, maybe I could pull off a late night panel for you guys because I work late tomorrow, so I don't have to be at work until 2 p.m. tomorrow. So depending on how I feel after roasted review, maybe, just maybe, I'll do an open panel for y'all. How about that? Because roasted review is at 8:30. 9 times out of 10 is going to be up at 9:30. Maybe I could give you guys an open panel around 10:30 for an hour. And then I'll be done for the day. I just might do that. It just depends. But anyway, this is my honest opinion on this whole thing, right? Shout out to the 300 people that's in here. And shout out to the new subscribers, okay? Like, y'all been coming into this bitch, okay? Where we at? Let me look at where the numbers at, child. So, we got 74 more subscribers to go before we hit 59K. As I told y'all, we're trying to hit 59K by June and hit 60 by the end of the year. Those are the two goals we got, but we 74 subs away from the first one. Anyway, anybody, let me start off, okay? First of all, I'm not necessarily upset about him doing this interview because at the end of the day, if there are things that you feel need to be cleared up, then you got every right to come out and clear your name. That's just the truth of the matter. You got every right to come out and clear your name. So for those of you who feel like, he want attention and all this other shit, he does have a right to clear his name if shit ain't true. He does. Number two, I feel like K. Michelle did herself a disservice by bringing this man into the fold because she did nothing but make him more famous than what he already was. Never heard of this man. Didn't even know, because I didn't watch Queen's Court. So a lot of people probably didn't even know who he was because a lot of people did not even watch Queen's Court, to be honest. So yeah, I didn't even know who the fuck he was. That's number two. Number three, I feel like there may be some truth to his story, but I feel like there's also some inconsistencies in his story. I don't fully believe him, and I don't fully think that he's lying either. It's the same thing with K. Michelle. I don't fully think that she's lying, but I don't fully think that she's telling the complete truth. I feel like there's inconsistencies on both sides of the fence, if we're being honest. I do feel as though We also cannot get mad at Kay for recording a phone call to have some receipts, because if everybody on Twitter and Instagram and everywhere else calling me, calling me a delusional liar, then I need to have my receipts. But my thing is with K Michelle, I feel like a lot of this stuff that she did was detrimental to her stay on the show, in my opinion, because like I said yesterday, right? We ain't talked about their rumor about your vagina in like 10 years. Ain't nobody talked about this since then. Ain't nobody talked about this since then at all. No one has talked about that. And I feel like you've given it new life by bringing it up now, because if you look at Twitter, that's what they're using to attack you, is that right there. Nobody would have used that had you not brought this back to the fold. And as I said already, you said the same exact thing about Michelle Brown years ago, and then it came back and someone said it about you, and now you're traumatized by it. So think about how she felt when you said it about her. You feel what I'm saying? Gotta call a spade, okay? Also, I feel like he's a control freak in a sense. I feel like he wants people to do whatever the fuck he says do, in my opinion. And he keeps on calling it disrespect, but some of the things that he was calling disrespect wasn't even disrespect in my eyes. I don't even know what the fuck he called disrespectful, but that shit wasn't disrespectful. Number two, I don't think that Portia is a victim in this either. But because here's the thing. Kay didn't bring his name up. She didn't say his name, but Portia said his name. So she pretty much made it clear who he was. You feel what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? I just feel like you probably should have never brought it up at all. And you could have just left it at the reason why you were so standoffish with Portia was for the reasons that you listed. But that whole Nosh thing, you probably could have kept that away, because all we're looking at is the fact that you are now a married woman and we're fighting about you sleeping with the ex of mine. You feel what I'm saying? And that's just the gist of that. You can't say that you're private when you got on a whole dating show that's for public viewing. Now, you can't say that you're a private person and then you got your ass on a whole dating show. Like, that don't make sense to me. Bitch, you like the attention if that's the case. Like, what you going on a dating show for? For attention. For attention. That's why you went on the show. So it is what it is. Kay, Nosh ain't even somebody that you should even be feeling a way about, being that he wasn't like an ex. Like, y'all dated, y'all fucked around, basically. Like, it was basically like a situationship, basically. So it's kind of like he's not really an ex. But what do you classify somebody that you had dealings with? Like somebody that you dated or you had sex with them and y'all were out here having a good time. Maybe you could just say that you dealt with them. Just say you was messing around with someone that I dealt with. You feel what I'm saying? Not necessarily an ex, but say that that's somebody that I dealt with, basically. But then he said that he only mentioned me one time, and that's when she was with Kay. Now, y'all can throw tomatoes at me or do whatever you want to do, but my thing is, that doesn't mean anything to me. That don't mean that Shamia was plotting or had anything to do with no plot. Why she couldn't just meet up with Kay and Nosh and have her mama with her and things like that? I mean, all he said was that they hung out and had a good time. It was nothing about talking shit about Portia. It was nothing about It wasn't nothing about none of that. So what are we talking about here? I don't think that Shamia I don't think Shamia had anything to do with this. And I just feel like people just want to make her culpable for this. You feel what I'm saying? But that's just me. I don't think that she has anything to do with this, but people are going to find a way to make her the problem and make her the issue. He said they dated in 2024. I do know that Portia and Portia and Simon started their divorce in 2024. So, I don't know. But the truth of the matter is he wasn't dating both of them at the same time. He wasn't fucking them both at the same time. And that's just what it is. You feel what I'm saying? Let me see. They think that she's plotting against Portia, but yet praise Angela for supposedly playing the long game. The hypocrisy is hilarious. Baby, when it comes to Angela, honey, it is a whole lot of hypocrisy to go around. And this video really ain't got nothing to do with Angela, but I'm just gonna go on to say it since you mentioned it. It is very like Angela can do whatever she wants and nobody cares. Like, and I understand that you need bone collectors, you need messy cast members on the show to keep the story going along. I mean, that is all facts. We know this, but we have people that are on scripted shows that are messy and keep the story along, and we don't like them either. So why is it that when we call Angela out for her messiness, that is a damn issue? To me, it's, Angela fake as fuck, fake as her nose is, and I don't like it. So it is what it is, and I'm gonna continue to call her out on her shit. But then again, I just feel like a lot of times I find myself rooting for the people that others don't like because I really don't be understanding what is the big deal. Because like the hate that people got for Shamia and Kelly, I don't think that is really warranted, and I don't think they did any worse than anybody else that's been on this show. But that's just me though. Let me see. Scotty, allow me to clarify. Kay being buddy with Shamia while acting like she has PTSD from Toya and her friends, where Shamia is a part of the group you claim traumatized you. I don't think that the PTSD is performative. I still don't think that it's performative, but you do have a point about her hanging around Shamia, being that Shamia is friends with Toya. But what do you want then? Like, what if she was sitting up here acting standoffish with Shamia, y'all would have been looking at her the same way y'all looking at her crazy about Drew. Like, I don't feel like y'all would have been on, like, if she didn't want to fuck with Shamia based off of who she fucks with, y'all would have said she was childish and being immature and all this other shit. So I don't really think that the PTSD was performative, but I just think she gave Shamia a chance. But I just feel like I don't think I could have been okay too feisty, but Shamia was also with Toya at Candy Steen. What that got to do with anything? When I was at Candy Steen, right alongside Shamia and Kelly, Toya was there too. It's no secret that Shamia hangs out with Toya too feisty. It's no secret. She hangs out with them girls, them her friends. She hang out with them girls. That ain't nothing new. My point is, you bringing up the fact that she's friends with Shamia and she's friends with the same clique of girls that don't like her. Well, what would you see would be a better thing then? Would you feel better if Kay was standoffish with Shamia because of that? Would you call her immature or childish if she did not want to fuck with Shamia because of that affiliation? This, and I ain't even being funny. This is a real question. What would you want her to, how would you want her to handle Shamia besides how she's handling her now? Due to the fact that she's friends with them. Now I understand, because I probably wouldn't be too quick to be buddy with her, but I wouldn't have been mean to her either. I would have given her a chance. I don't think we could have been close, but I would have given her a chance. Let me see. It'll be more consistent if she was more standoffish based on how Kay expressed her feelings toward their friend group. So basically, you would want her to be a bitch and be standoffish to Shamia because of that group of friends. Basically, what I just asked. Got it. I mean, it's okay if that's what you think or that's what you feel she should have done. That's how I feel about it. But I'm not finna be mad because she's friends with Shamia, and I'm not gonna look at her crazy because she's friends with Shamia. That's her business. But would I be like, tight with Shamia? No. But the thing is, Shamia wasn't the one that treated her some type of way. The rest of them did. Hell, she cool with Tiny. Tiny didn't do nothing to her. Tiny's also friends with them girls. Tiny didn't do nothing to her. When she had that restaurant, Tiny was right there at the restaurant with Shakana, supporting her. But Kay wasn't standoffish to Rashida, though. She wasn't. She was trying to get to know Rashida, too. I never said this what I'd want. It would just make more sense than what she's currently doing. I guess feisty. I guess. Let me see. But y'all, that's it. That's all. That's all I gotta say about it. This story is still confusing. There's still inconsistencies in this story on both ends. I don't really know who to believe. All I know is you got K's side, you got Nosh's side, and the truth is somewhere in the middle. That's all I got for that. That's all I know. However, it is what it is. I'm about to go ahead and get up out of here. Let this computer charge up some so we can do roaster review because it's at 62%. So I need to let this computer charge and I'm out of here, y'all. Until next time, to the next video, come back at 8:30 for roaster review. Bye, y'all.